Welcome back.
What's up, Freddy Heads? Welcome to the blog.
Yes, I love the blog.
Only Freddy page that matters.
Yes, this is true. Our goal is to be better than ESPN. We left off with, let's see.
I'm sorry, I cut you off. What were you going to say there, man?
Oh, I just said, we're trying to be better than ESPN. Sorry, ESPN.
Yes, that's our goal.
Anyways, on to the show.
On to more of the show.
Tim, the worst kept secret in NCAA history. Who is the new head coach of Ohio State?
That would be Mr. Urban Myers.
Ugh.
Worst kept secret ever. Okay, this was horrible. So, I'm watching a football game. I don't even know what game it was. I don't remember. But, Urban Myers was supposed to be calling that game, and apparently he called in sick. And they said he was not going to be able to be at that game today. And then lo and behold, next thing you know, everybody's talking about that he's going to be the next head coach, and he's been offered the head coaching job at Ohio. Interesting. Now, from a coach's point of view, I will say this straight up, I'm not an Ohio fan. Can't stand it at all. But you have an intern coach here who is trying to do the best he can, keep these kids around, keep them hyped up for games, and you're out there saying, we've got this coach already. Now, whether it's the worst kept secret or not, that should have been kept under wraps until they were able to actually talk to the coach.
Yeah, I agree. It was an Ohio State game. Urban Myers was supposed to call an Ohio State game. And he called in.
Really? Oh,
yeah, because apparently he didn't want any, like, I don't know exactly what their thinking was, but that's the reason he called off for that game, was because he didn't want to call his soon-to-be team. And it was stupid because you're seeing all these reports. Reportedly, Urban Myers is going to be the new head coach of Ohio State. Then 2 seconds later, he was going on ESPN and all these shows saying, no, I'm not the new Ohio State coach. No, blah, blah, blah.
Hasn't been offered the position, hasn't talked to anybody about it as of yet. Yada.
Yeah.
And here we go, you know. I mean, going into Ohio already lying. That's interesting.
Yeah. Isn't that what got him into this mess with Jim Tressel lying?
Yep. Anyway, I don't think it really matters. I could care less about that part of it, you know. I don't care who's coaching Ohio. Michigan got the win this year. Michigan's been beating them in the recruiting from Ohio. We're taking guys from Ohio to come to Michigan, not necessarily the team, but the state of Ohio.
Well, now isn't Ohio State not allowed to, weren't some scholarships taken away or something as a result of the whole Jim Tressel thing?
You know, I don't know if they were or not. I never heard a lot more about that after. You know, I knew they were still investigating at one point, and then I don't know what happened after that.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that happened with them, they pretty much did themselves. And at one point, I could have swore the NCAA was satisfied with what they did. So.
Okay.
I don't know. Again, it's one of those situations that. It don't matter who's coaching Ohio State. Michigan's back in top form, baby, and we will beat you again and again and again.
Yep. I also, from what I saw this year from Ohio State, I think it's going to take them a couple of years for Ohio State to be national championship contenders. I think Michigan's a lot closer than Ohio State is. They almost lost to Toledo this year. I mean, Toledo's a good team, don't get me wrong, but that'd be like Western Michigan coming in or Eastern Michigan coming in and beating, like Ball State. What was it, a couple of years ago, Michigan lost to Ball State?
Yeah, I believe that's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge...
I guess from a coach's point of view, you know, I think it was crappy the way they did things. They should have kept that under better wraps because you have an intern coach that you turn the team over to, and expected him to give it his best throughout the year. And, I almost felt a little sorry for the guy.
Yeah.
I watched some interviews during the pregame for the Michigan game, and he just looked like somebody had ran him over with a Mack truck. I mean, he looked like defeated already before the game even started.
Yep.
That's kind of sad, you know.
That was a good game.
I like to see that kind of crap.
That was a very good game, though, I gotta say. I was nail-biting it up right up to the last minute of that game. So, that was a good game between Michigan and Ohio State this year. I don't know. Did you read on our www.facebook.com/sportsfrenzy, Tim? I think it was posted by Chris Bull. Rich Rod wants to play Michigan in the next 3 years.
Well, first of all, in a joking comment I made on that, I said, well, it'll be interesting to see if Rich Rod can even find his way back to Ann Arbor. And on a bigger note, I think that's the stupidest thing that Rich Rod could ever want to do. I mean, I don't know what he's thinking. I mean, does he think he's going to get a one reception coming back to Michigan? Because I don't see that happening.
No, me either.
And as far as talent-wise goes, I don't really know anything about his new team. But if he if he does anything like he did in Michigan, then I think it's going to be tough to come into the big house and play these guys.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
Stupid move on his part.
Yep.
He needs to put the past behind him and move on. That's the best thing he can do.
Yeah. And now on to the Detroit Lions player, Sue.
That could not have been, he could not have been any stupider than what he was.
I agree.
He played in a national game that's the only game on Thanksgiving at that time. Blatantly, you can see what he did.
Yep.
Now, in your post-game interview, you have a chance to amend what you did by accepting responsibility, and he didn't. He tried to deny everything. Now, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Just stupid, you know?
Wasn't he?
It could be a learning lesson right there. He
What?
let his anger get the best of him, and he could learn from that.
Yeah. Wasn't he saying something like he was trying to get free from the guy or the tackle or the whatever, the pile up, and he lost his balance and he accidentally stepped on the guy?
It was so ridiculous to the point that it was stupid what he said. What he did was wrong. He deserves the punishment he gets. I think the Lions management and coaches need to get him under control real quick, or his career is going to be over. I mean, that's unacceptable behavior. I can stand for an aggressive, get in there and kick some butt, intimidate the quarterback type player, but not if you're going to be nasty like that.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I joked around on the Sports Frenzy blog that he was contacted by Vince McMahon shortly after that move and wanted to be hired by the WWE, because that's what it looked like. I mean, he's slamming the guy's head into the ground, and then he gives him like a fighting kick as he's jumping away from him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to do that kind of stuff, dude, go join the WWE.
Yep. Well, right here, I got video evidence right here. There's Saddam Kasu right there shoving the guy's head right into the ground. And then down here, this is after the kick. Now, as you can see, there's nobody even really around him, so that whole defense thing is really stupid right there. Right after he kicks the Green Bay player. Just a dirty, dirty play, and it just... So...
The Lions need him. They need him.
Yeah.
He makes the defense better. They need him.
Yep.
If he's going to play like that, he's done.
Yep.
And he should be. He's already ruined the rest of his season, because I'll tell you why. They're going to nail him. When he is able to play again, he's going to get nailed for every little call now. I don't care what he does. He's going to get penalized for it.
Yep, I agree.
They're going to be targeting him. I mean, that was the stupidest thing he could have ever done. And hopefully this guy can pull through this. I've heard right now that he can't even report to training camp again until December 10th.
Yeah.
It's just acceptable behavior, and I'm benching too.
Well, here's the thing. He's also he's getting a 2-game suspension without pay. He's being required to take anger management courses as part of the suspension. He is expected to be fined an additional $50,000 by the Lions for being ejected from a game. But he's appealing all of this apparently, which it's kind of like one of those things. It's like, just take it, do your time, and be done with it. But he's got to appeal it. You're stupid.
You know, the Lions started off strong this year and was getting some respect. People were, respecting them. And this kind of crap is not the kind of direction the Lions want to go in, I can tell you that.
Well, he was also fined earlier, a couple games ago, like $42,000, I think he was fined for being dirty plays and that kind of thing. And he met with the commissioner of the NFL. It's like, come on, like, how many chances do we have to give you? Like, stop.
Yeah, 2 weeks prior to the camp meeting, he met with the NFL commissioner.
Yeah.
To see what he could and couldn't get away with and what he was doing wrong. Commendable for that. I think that was a great idea for him to do something like that, to actually meet with the commissioner and find out what he is and isn't doing wrong. And then you go out there and do something like this. Like I said, got potential to be a great player, but that kind of nonsense, no, can't be tolerated. And much more of it, you have to go.
Yep. So once again, like I said earlier, this is why I think the Lions will lose this week. I think this took all them. I mean, even in the Packers game there, right after he got ejected, it was just like the Lions had no energy. It was like their minds were totally not on the game. Their minds were all on this. And I mean, it's going to be hard for the Lions to lose their star defensive tackle against the Saints, the number one offense in the NFL.
The Lions when they're hot, they're hot, and when they're cold, they're cold. And Stanford, it's just so crazy with him. I mean, he's got the broken finger right now, and he's having to wear a glove. And yet, I think they're down and out. They step it up in like the second half and end up blowing out a team. So it depends what Lions is going to show up to play and how they're going to do.
Yeah. So, but
I believe in this team. I think they got a great coaching staff right now. He needs to tweak some things too, and he's got to get a little more, I think, a little more realistic as far as like his talking and stuff goes, because a couple weeks ago when they got blew out really bad, he was blaming it on the weather. So come on.
Yeah.
Quarterback doesn't throw into the wind. Okay. Well.
You just need to own up to your mistakes, stop the lying, and be real. So hopefully the Lions will do well the rest of the season. I know their playoff hopes this year are not looking so hot. They're right now on pace for the wild card.
Yep, they're in the wild card race with Chicago. We're the two.
Yep.
With Chicago and them. So.
Yep, but then they got like 3 other teams right behind the Lions. So I think if the Lions lose a couple more, I think you see them out of that playoff picture. Definitely losing your star player and having your quarterback with a broken finger, those are, and your star running back out for the season with a concussion. I don't know, those are some big hurdles to overcome for the rest of the season. So.
Yep.
But, well, Tim, that's about all I got for right now. You have anything else to add?
Well, let's see. We finding out soon who Michigan should be playing if they get invited to a bowl. Any predictions on what bowl they'll get this year?
Actually, where was I heard? Apparently, like, Michigan State is a little upset because with this whole BCS championship game, it should only be one team being eligible for the BCS bowl game. A BCS bowl game. You got the Rose Bowl, the BCS game, Orange Bowl, Fiesta Bowl. All those big bowls. But apparently Michigan's possibly going to go to one of those big bowls. So
yeah.
I could see them going to like an Orange Bowl or the Fiesta Bowl or something like that.
It's an exciting time to be a Michigan team this year. I'm really excited about that. And they pretty much said they'd be willing to play anybody. I mean, anybody.
Yep, they'll get a good bowl for sure. So,
yep.
Well,
And, oh,
well, I hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you next week.
all right, Frenzy Heads, take care, and we'll talk to you again soon.